More people visit the Yucatan than any other part of Mexico. Why? It's the beaches, the beautiful sand, the fun in the sun spots like Cozumel and Cancun. So I thought for the 5th season of Mexico One Plate at a Time, we needed to come here too. So here we are, starting out in Playa del Carmen. Yeah, it's a resort town, but, well, it's an unusually sophisticated one. Now, this place, in less than a decade, has gone from being a tiny little fishing village to boutique chic. But somehow, through all that transformation, it's managed to hang on to some of its laid-back, friendly, special character, which I'm sure is the reason that my very international friends, Jacques and Gloria, fell in love with this place the first time that they came here. And so they bought a condo, and when you hang out with them, you see a completely different side of Playa. Well, to tell you the truth, when you hang out with Jacques, you see a different side of a lot of stuff. But I think I'm getting ahead of myself here. I should really explain. Jacques is, well, he's your other favorite public television chef, Jacques Pepin. And when I discovered he was going to be here when we were filming, I thought, you know, we've just got to get together and cook a meal. So this is Jacques' favorite breakfast place. It's called Cueva del Chango, the Cave of the Monkey. Well, if you just look around, you might find some monkeys back in those trees. Well, I can see what you love about this place.
Well, this is, our corner of paradise against the Connecticut winter.
Oh yeah, anything to get away from that Connecticut winter. But tell me that, how did a French chef end up in Playa del Carmen?
They love the food maybe even more than the French here,
Yeah.
I judge a country by the way they love the food.
Yeah.
You can go to the market, you can see the people face, You know what? Took out there, the people are very gentle. Very gentle, very polite, very nice. You don't feel threatened or whatever, you can walk at night we love the place from the first time we came here.
It's a lot more international than the community in Progreso, right?
Oh yeah, it's no comparison. No comparison, but there is things in Progreso like the market which I really wish I could have it here.
But now, here in Playa del Carmen, there's not a big market like that. You don't
Not
get
really.
that same kind of feel for it, but there's some good ingredients, right?
There is some great ingredients, and there is some fairly decent market. So we cook on the spur of the moment here because you can never be sure exactly which fish or whether they be there or not.
But isn't that the most enjoyable
Yeah,
kind
that's
of
it,
cooking?
that's
Because you just look at something and the ingredients inspire you to cook.
I spend most of my day, scouting, walking around, and then we come back and we go out for dinner or whatever. So a great deal of our time is spent either thinking about food, talking about food, preparing food, or eating food.
I can see why you call it your little corner of paradise. Okay. Well, I'd say that this will give us some inspiration for what we can cook this afternoon.
Exactly. This is where the menu is decided,
These barracudas look so fresh, the bulging eyes. Let's see what they look like on the inside. Oh yeah, beautiful.
Bright red, huh?
But this one has like almost a texture like a red snapper.
Yeah, the red snapper.
Or something. Have you eaten a barracuda?
I have eaten the barracuda actually and loved it. Some people say it's strong. I didn't find it strong. I find it very firm, the flesh very
firm.
sweet and all that. Very good.
I agree with you. I found it that way, but they don't eat it much around here or in the United States or anywhere.
No,
really,
they said
do
it's
they? It looks like a pretty fierce fish there.
Yeah,
so, are you getting an idea what you want to cook this afternoon?
Well, so we're going to have fish, and
Yes.
we need a lot of other things to go with it. So we got to go to the market.
Let's go to the market. But which one of these guys do you
No,
want?
I think this one. I love those red snappers.
Okay,
Nice
so you're
and
going to
firm.
go for the pargo. I'm going to
Yeah,
get
the pargo.
judel. So we'll get a few more of these guys and then have
And
them
then
wrap
we're gonna
them
go
up
fishing.
and then head off to the market.
Well, this is that.
Well,
This is the market, of the town. It's a great market.
It's really impressive, kind of small but compact.
Yeah,
It looks
very
like they
compact.
have beautiful produce.
Yeah. Wait until you see the dry pepper.
Oh yeah?
Well, you're a specialist in that,
Oh,
but I
that's
don't.
really going to give me something to play around with. Well,
So you know what you're going to do?
I don't. I still don't know what I'm going to have to. Here, you take this and you
Okay.
go off and do your shopping and I'll do mine,
I'll see you
okay? Okay.
Okay, the market, tomato. I always need tomato. Don't know exactly what to do with it yet, but some nice red, ripe tomato. Can never go wrong with it. I use tomato for everything, so.
I found this wonderful chaya, you know, that spinach-like green that they have around here, and I know that that's going to work into a dish beautifully. And nopales, look at the convenience factor here. They're already completely cleaned of all of the spines that are on the exterior. Here's some that are unclean, but who in the world would buy those when all that work has been done for you? So I could put that together with the chaya. I think that could be delicious.
Cilantro. Couldn't cook Mexican food without cilantro. So cilantro it is. Some of the hot stuff here. Habanero. That's really blow your mind. Banana. I think I'm going to get some of those here. Jalapenos. 2 or 3 should be more than enough. So I'll put them right in my basket.
Here's the ancho chili. Wow, I wish you were here to smell this. Boy, when you get this many fresh anchos in one spot and then cover them all up, open the bin, it's just an amazing smell. Well, sort of like spicy dried fruit, sort of raisiny almost. Put those into the bag. A little smoky chipotle. These are the ones you oftentimes find called morita chilies in the United States, and where they've got a wonderful sweetness, spiciness. It won't take very many of those to do this. Now, what's coming together in my head is like a little cool fish salad with the nopales, and well, we're going to need some kind of tanginess in there. So let's go check out the citrus.
I'm still not exactly sure what I'm going to do, but it's getting together. Corn, look at that garlic, you know, enormous garlic. Iowa knows. But this is a special garlic, a garlic that Rick knows about more than I do. And I'm going to get that garlic. It's like an enormous clove of garlic. So this I'm going to use. And what else? Maybe a couple of lime. Oh, lime, I always do use lime. Hard. I like them if they're a bit soft. Yeah, this one is pretty good. Make the skin a bit thinner, you know.
I'm headed toward the limes, but since we're in the Yucatan, what about sour oranges? I mean, they're as sour as a lemon, so they'll make a really good dressing, I think. So I'm going to throw a few of those in here. I think I spy Jacques. Okay, sir, are you about ready?
You ready to?
I'm ready too.
Can I pick what you
Oh,
have in
you
there?
certainly can, but it looks like we bought way more than we need.
Way too much. We have to pay for that now.
I think we do.
Okay, I'll let you go first.
Okay.
Well.
What a beautiful view.
Look at that. Cozumel is there.
Oh, it's so clear today.
And that's New Jersey on the other side.
I love that. What a beautiful place you have.
Yes, isn't it? Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
Well, I'm really happy that you are here.
Thank you very,
We're going to
very
have a bowl.
much. Salud.
Salud. And you know what? I think I'm going to start cooking.
Okay, I think I'm going to start unpacking my bag here.
I'm going to grill those fish, you know.
Oh, you are?
Are you kidding?
What
Yes.
kind of rub are you going to put on it?
Well, I have that incredible Mexican oregano, you know, which I really like.
Yes, that stuff that's got such a beautiful smell to
Oh
it.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah,
Each time
yeah,
I come
yeah.
here, I bring back a whole bunch back to Connecticut.
Yeah. Well, it's a little
it?
bit more minty.
Yes, it is. And then some cumino
Ah,
and salt.
that'll give it a nice flavor, that comino.
I like to sear it really very strongly on the grill to really get the taste of the grill.
Right.
But not cook it completely because I think it tends to dry it out.
Right.
But I really sear it and then put it into a low oven, 10-15 minutes just to finish cooking
Just
it.
to let it cook slowly toward
Exactly.
doneness.
So, I'm going to do a little bit of a sauce. I bought all of those vegetables here. To tell you the truth, I still don't know exactly what I'm going to do, but...
I can't wait to see what you're going to do. It looks like you've got all the quintessential Mexican produce here.
Exactly, you know, you want to press a little bit of that in there.
Okay, I'll be
Maybe put
very,
some olive
very
oil.
happy to do that.
Here, I have a knife here for you.
I got it.
Okay. Then I have that incredible garlic here, ayo. In fact, you told me this morning. I frankly have never used it. I didn't even know this was garlic. It does smell like garlic.
It's
But-
single head garlic they call ajo macho.
You know, I've never seen that anywhere in the world. But that is it special to Mexico now?
It is. That's the only place I've ever seen it. They say it's really good for your heart.
Oh my God!
So eat a lot
as
of
good
that.
as wine.
You're the Frenchman. You'll have to tell me the answer to
Look at that!
that.
This is a clove of garlic. Maybe I'll do it in slice rather than crushing it. Then
I think that would be okay.
jalapeno. You know, I learned from you. I was always told that it was really the seed were the strongest.
Right.
And I hear you say that the seed are not really strong. It's the rib
It's the
inside
rib.
the chartreuse.
That's exactly right.
That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of tomato
Okay.
and
You're making what the Yucatecans would call a schnipek.
a schnipek, okay, which is like pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo, except they usually wouldn't use the jalapeno there. They would use the habanero.
Oh yes. But the habanero, you know, can be really fierce. Huh?
It's always very fierce.
Yes. Okay.
What is a fresh salsa without cilantro?
Oh yes, oh boy. Do it very coarsely.
Uh-huh.
That's it. Okay.
Well, it's coming along beautifully. Looks pretty delicious.
I need to put some salt in this, right? A bit of salt. Okay, so this is good to marinate a little bit, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So we're going to leave it here, and again, we'll grill the fish. I finish them in the oven. Spread that on a tray and serve the fish right on top of this. Should be good, right?
Very good. Okay, I've washed off the chaya. Sort of a little bit like spinach, but the leaf is considerably tougher. Have you ever had this stuff before?
You're kidding? The first time I had one was in Hawaii.
Yes.
Went to the market. I thought it was spinach. I ate a piece raw.
You don't eat this raw.
I know, it's very high in oxalic acid. It's caught in my throat for hours.
It would do that. Well, we're going to cook it, okay? Even though I'm going to use it in a salad, would you dump it? We got some
sure.
water with salt
Salted
in
water.
it, and it's just over high heat. And it'll take about as long as it takes, say, kale, or a little longer than Swiss chard. Now we're going to make a marinade for some fish, and this is called an adobo. And we're going to start with the ancho chiles. You've worked with these before, haven't you, John?
Adobo means kind of sauce, right?
Yeah, or seasoning. So I'm going to ask you to grab one of these big ancho chiles and tear it open like that, and just let all the seeds fall down on the plate. Okay, so we got a couple of these.
This is what?
That's the chipotle
Ooh,
chili,
it's smoked,
smoky.
huh? Smoky.
So just take the stem off. You don't have to tear it open.
Oh, you don't tear
Okay,
it.
so what I'm going to do now is to take it over to the
Thank you, okay,
skillet we have over there on. There, get rid of that one. Okay, so we've got some oil. This is olive oil on medium-low heat. Now I'm going to put in some rough chopped garlic. Now we could actually turn the heat up just a little bit more. Just drop them right on in there. In
big pieces like this?
Big pieces like that. And we're going to keep turning them until everything is sort of soft and those chilies have toasted nicely. Okay, now what I want to show you over here is the way that the chilies are changing color. Do you see that?
Blistering a little bit.
They're blistering, but they're lightening in color, so they're turning a kind of brown color from that almost
and the
black.
oil is changing color.
And it's taking on a lot of the color of the chili there. And that's all we're going to do for our toasting of it.
I've never done that. I've never seen that. I'm so glad that I'm learning, with you. So I'm going to keep you here for a couple of months.
Okay, I'd be happy to stay. Now we're gonna make a...
Can I shut that off? No, you don't.
Yeah, just shut it off. We'll be just fine there.
You finished with that too?
We are, and we're going to take all of the toasted chilies and the pieces of garlic and put them down into the food processor. And we're not even going to soak these this time. We're just going to put them down in there, and we're going to add all of the classic adobo ingredients to it. And the two things that are critical for it, in my way of thinking, are these two dried spices here. One is the allspice and one is the black pepper. Now, I was so happy to see that you had a classic Mexican molcajete made out of lava rock there.
I didn't know that was called Tabasco.
You know, what it's called is the pimienta de Tabasco, which is the pepper from the state of Tabasco.
No kidding. So
Yes.
nothing to do with what we call Tabasco in the U.S.
No, Tabasco is a state in Mexico, and it's actually allspice, but it's native to Tabasco.
Well, that's pretty grand. This is lava, right?
Yeah, this is lava rock, and it's perfect for grinding dry spices.
That really get it in.
Okay, smell it. You got to smell it first because that is fabulous. I think you have wine. Okay.
So
Okay.
You put water in there?
We're going to put some salt. I'm going to put some vinegar. And then if you could just dribble in that water that's over there, that will work really good.
You want all of this?
I want about half of it to start with, and then we'll see what we need. Go ahead and put it all in there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we'll need all of that. Now we're going to blend it, and then we're going to taste it and see what it's like. It should be slightly spicy.
Well, that stuff is pretty cheap too, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we're going to start this. Okay, Jacques, can you check that chaya? I think it should be done now, and then dump it into a colander in the sink there.
Okay.
And I'm going to scrape our basic, classic
That's
Mexican
it, huh?
adobo. Oh, it looks perfect. Yes, absolutely. I know it seems funny to be cooking a green for a salad, but that's one that you actually do have to do. Now I'm going to start pressing this through. You don't want to get too many of those chili skins. If you do, you need to go back and re-blend it. It should be salty and a little vinegary and just a tiny bit spicy.
It's really good.
It's good, isn't it?
Yeah, it has a bit of a hint of bitterness
Yes.
in it, and get that.
So we're going to put that as a marinade over the top of
This
these
is a very
pieces of
powerful
fish.
stuff, huh?
Yeah, well, you only want it just a little tiny
What do
bit.
you call that fish again?
This is the fish that's called jurel. That's the like a jack, like an amberjack, that kind of thing. So we'll set that aside now. And to the rest of this here, we're going to make it into a vinaigrette to use on our salad. I'm going to drizzle in some olive oil.
So this is the oil that we use in the frying of the thing.
That's correct.
Okay.
And then if you could help me to squeeze some of these guys in there.
So this, you find that in the U.S.?
You find it in Caribbean markets and some Mexican markets.
And what do they call it?
They call it naranja agria.
So naranja
sour
is orange,
It's
right?
orange, but this is the sour orange.
Sour orange.
Okay, so if you could take that, I'm going to add this to the bowl. Our dressing.
That's great, yeah.
Okay, so we've got just two things left to grill, the nopales and the knob onions. If you'll share your grill with me, then
now a
little piece of it. Okay,
Do I get
so
my fish?
grab your fish and
Okay.
let's head to the grill.
And I need a little bit of sustenance here. Wine, the grill has to, the fish has to cook. Okay.
Got them on. Well, I've got all of these knob onions, and
I hope I left you enough space.
well, I think you were a little generous in your use of it. Okay, I'm going to throw those knob onions on there.
Put it on top
Three
of
of
my
these,
fish.
three of those nopales. I'm finding room here. Okay.
Good.
Now mine will take about 15 minutes or so for
Okay.
those nopales to get soft. The knob onions less time. When are you going to flip those fish?
See, what I want to do with the fish, I really want to mark it on each side to give that charcoal, taste of grill.
Right.
But I don't want to cook it completely on the grill. I think it's time to dry it out. Okay. Now they have a nice color on top, nice taste, and now they're going to finish in the oven at 275 degree oven, 15-20 minutes while we are preparing the rest of the meal. They finish cooking.
So the last thing that I have to do with my salad, well, almost the last thing, Jacques, would you mind slicing up those grilled nopales and those knob onions? I'm going to sear these little pieces of fish, and they're marinated. I'm going to put the marinade side down into the hot skillet. I'm going to get them browned, flip them over. That'll only take a couple minutes. While that is working,
I don't want to get fired here. Is that okay?
That's beautiful.
Okay,
that's
good.
beautiful. So the chaya, I squeezed all the water out of it and cut it into smaller pieces. All that beautiful arugula that we found at the market, I'm going to dress with a little bit of our red chili dressing, red chili vinaigrette. And the best way to mix this vinaigrette into that chaya is to use your hands. So I'm just going to go in it. You like to cook with your hands.
Absolutely, yes.
It's the way you can tell when it's done, right? Done properly.
So do I mix the scallion with the fresh onion there with the Nepali?
Yes, absolutely. And then if you wouldn't mind, just grab a little bit of this dressing and you can put that dressing on there.
That's right. That was the special dressing that you did.
The special dressing,
and
and then
3 tablespoons of
give it a little sprinkling of salt and mix that up if you would. Got some chaya, but it's not enough of that.
Voila, I'm doing new type of cooking for me.
How
Very
does
excited
it feel to be outside of your normal parameters?
I love it. I love it.
Now, I think that this fish should be just about ready to flip now. Ah, beautiful. That's what I was looking for. Another minute or so on the other side, and it'll be perfect. Okay, so you got the mixture of the nopales and the onions, the grilled ones.
Really good.
Didn't it come out good? I think it's good. I'm just going to sprinkle a little bit. Now I'm going to ask you to follow me with some of this cheese, that queso de Chiapas, like a queso añejo.
Wow, look at that. So that's
And just crumble it right over.
a few pieces like
That's right. Just think of it as a garnishing cheese and just sprinkle it. Ah, now you're talking.
Now I'm Mexican.
I'm liking that.
I speak Spanish.
I am going to move in here with you. See, I'll have you cooking Mexican food before you know it.
I love it, yes. No, we do here. You know, we have a bowl.
We'll head out to the
Okay,
table.
move.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you so much for your invitation to share the day in your kitchen.
That's great. Anytime you can come and cook for me.
No, I'm waiting for you to cook for me. We got another dish to go after this.
I can do that with pleasure. But
Okay,
wow.
Here we are. That came out nice.
yeah.
I feel like that I've just immersed myself into Playa del Carmen a la Jacques Pepin.
For me, you know, I'm learning, and it's very exciting for me to have you here and learn about the food.